My BF's lack of parenting skills and boundaries are destroying me. My boyfriend 45M and I 25F have been dating for 2 years. We have been living together for 8 months. He has a 4-year-old daughter, who I very much adore. I have fantasized about becoming a permanent part of this family. We have some severe issues, though. I quit my job as a medical assistant during COVID because it was overwhelming, to become his sort of assistant, housewife and finish my RN. He pays for everything, and often complains about how lazy I am, and how I don't earn my keep. He says these things despite me putting forth 24/7 work to keep the house clean and have everyone fed and taken care of in other ways. I am literally exhausted. Our original arrangement asked me to focus on school and keep the house clean. It has now become my responsibility, without my full consent, without him fully communicating this, to be available to entertain his daughter whenever he decides it. Many times it is for several hours. He often leaves the house unannounced, and leaves me at random to entertain. I say entertain because any of my parenting skills or suggestions are shot down hard, leaving that as my only option. Last night was a reoccurrence of what usually happens. I waited all day for her to get tired enough to fall asleep. Boyfriend refuses to make a bedtime for her, but it was 10:30 and I had an assignment due at midnight that I hadn't started, and she was in no rush to go to bed. I was about to leave the room and just let him deal with it, but one of his business partners randomly stopped by for a drink. Before boyfriend left with him, I stood up and told him that he would also have to watch his daughter because I had things to do before bedtime. This made him furious. He threatened to break up with me because he needed a capable partner, and I should have been able to finish my homework throughout the day. With what time though, lol. How dare I do that to him? I am absolutely beside myself. I have very little time to complete any school because I'm spending so much time taking care of my needy boyfriend and his needy daughter. It is full-time school too, I can't just do that in my spare time. I feel as though I'm going to flunk out of college because a 4-year-old is controlling all of my time, clear up to controlling my bedtime. I've tried communicating this but he refuses to listen. He takes massive offense to any parenting suggestions I have, and spoils his daughter beyond reason. I love them both and see his decisions affecting everyone involved very negatively. How can I better convince him to listen to me? I need a third party's advice at this point. I feel stuck and defeated and disrespected. Seriously? He is OBV too immature for you. A middle-aged man who cannot have a relationship with someone his own age because they would not put up with his shit. Move on. Welcome to your new job as a nanny, house cleaner, and sugar baby without the sugar. Your middle-aged boyfriend has gotten quite the deal. He doesn't listen to you because he doesn't respect you. Hopefully you will wake up and realize how much you are being taken advantage of. I have fantasized about becoming a permanent part of this family. You need some better fantasies. You should feel stuck, defeated and disrespected. He is treating you like hired help that he doesn't even like. Time to move out and move on. Girl, you're a bangmaid. You're literally his maid who he bangs. You're also a nanny for his daughter. You never asked yourself why a 40-plus-year-old man isn't looking for women his age? Because women his age wouldn't stand for his nonsense. Now he's made you emotionally connected to his daughter and you're finding it hard to leave. But you should. Don't flunk out of college for him. Let's summarize: he is 20 years older than you, he is a shit father, he is rude and demeaning to you, he is financially controlling, he flies into rages, he doesn't value your degree, your opinions or your time. Does this gem of a man have a brother so the rest of us have a chance to join this amazing family? Honestly, give your head a wobble and run out of there without looking back. Your future self will thank you. Old dudes that date younger women do it because nobody their age puts up with their shit. You already did communicate. He doesn't care. He picked you because you're young and easily moldable, and now he has you financially dependent on him so he can use you for free housework and childcare while he lives his life. This was no accident. You are 24. Run. Earn my keep? What are you, a broodmare? This is what happens when you date someone almost twice your age. He was looking for a housewife to take care of his child. Because someone his age probably ran for the hills seeing such a lazy middle-aged man. Not sure why this wasn't completely obvious. Your question was to how to convince him. You can't convince him. He is 45 years old. He is too old to change, he wants you to change for him. When he tells you to jump, you have to say how high. You are the nanny, maid, housekeeper, hostess, bang maid and any other role he wants you to fulfill. Your needs are secondary to his and daughter's needs, and if you have no time for your needs, that's too bad. I say this not out of criticism but genuinely. Please don't let any man come between you and your future, your studies. You're young and you have your whole life ahead of you to start a family. Let me get this straight. No bedtime for a 4-year-old? Expects you to take on the responsibility of caring for 4-year-old without being allowed make any rules? You have to do schoolwork and all the housework on top of that? This man is ridiculous. Be very careful with your birth control for the remainder if the relationship. Edit, and I missed the massive age gap. Yikes. Imagine being too immature for someone half your age. You can't convince someone who doesn't respect you as their equal to listen to you. This man is old enough to be your father and is acting as such. Move on. You're 25, what are you even doing with a 45-year-old? EU. Run. Your very much older man is using you as a maid and babysitter. Clear out and look after your own interests, because he's the kind that's going to ruin your prime career building years, then dump you when his kid leaves home. This man has gaslighted you into being a bang maid and nanny. He knows that since you quit your job that you are now reliant on him and he can dictate the terms. There is no convincing him. His reaction was, "Do what I tell you or I'm dumping you." Does that seem remotely reasonable or healthy? This isn't an issue with his parenting. This is an issue with him being a user and having zero respect for you. Do you have family, friends, anyone you can move in with while you get back on your feet and finish school? EU. Okay, I am gonna be brutally honest. He is your boyfriend but you are not his girlfriend. You are his housekeeper, babysitter, sex worker. This is how he sees you as. Can you move to your parents? Or other family members? If yes, then pack your stuff when he isn't home and move out. Of course you have to wait with his daughter at home, but your things should be already gone. As soon he comes home, go away, call him after that or write him a SMS about something like as long he doesn't growing up the relationship is over. Of course you can tell him it in person, but he seems to be immature and has other shortcomings which could cause a physically fight. Of course for his daughter it's sad, but you need someone mature. L location flag E location flag A location flag V location flag E. Leave him. You're half his age and you let yourself get roped into this. You aren't married and she isn't your kid. Bail. How can I better convince him to listen to me? I need a third party's advice at this point. I feel stuck and defeated and disrespected. You won't be able to convince him because, in his eyes, you're a child, i.e. financially dependent on him, young, gullible, etc. You won't be able to get him to listen. You feel disrespected because he simply doesn't respect you at all, period. Why the fuck do you want to spend your life as the unpaid housekeeper and nanny for this piece of shit? He could not be broadcasting any louder that he does not give a fuck about being an equal partner to you. He does not care about your feelings or what you want. There are no magic words that will suddenly make him turn into the fantasy in your head. Just leave. You need to break up with him. I am a 50 male. I don't know a single man around my age who would date a 25 female for any reason other than sex. He is not with you because he views you as an equal. He is a different phase of life altogether. At best he is looking for someone to handle the domestic front for him, under his direction. Often, these types of older men look for younger, less experienced, and more naive women. Younger women are easier to manipulate, deceive, and control. These men often have personal flaws and behaviors that older women would never tolerate, like the way he treats you. I suspect he is hoping you will abandon school to take care of him and his daughter. Do the smart thing, break up and move on with your life. I would move on. You come first at the end of the day. Do you really not realize what is going on? Read again what you wrote. Where is his concern and attention towards you? Where is his respect towards you? You need to shake the cobwebs out of your head and leave. Finish your schooling and find a more suitable partner. What is wrong with you fantasizing about being part of his family? This loser is no catch. Get the hell out of there. He's just using you as a free nanny. My boyfriend 45M and I 25F have been dating for 2 years. Yep. He doesn't want a relationship. He wants a nanny bang maid. There's a reason he isn't dating someone his own age, and it's because women that age know better than to put up with that bullshit. Get out. He is only going to drag you down, keep you from your goals, and make you miserable. Even if he wasn't 20 years older than you, leaving you to parent his child and then insulting you is extremely wrong. I would rethink this relationship. That age gap is disgusting and tells me everything I need to know about him. Literally every thread I've seen on here where there is such a big age gap always has a major power dynamic, controlling, or maturity issue. How can I better convince him to listen to me? Given the way he's behaving at 45, I don't see this dog learning any new tricks. The only way this gets better is if you change. Just start enforcing rules with his kid. Ignore him. Let him throw a shit fit. Let him threaten to leave you. I doubt he actually will, cause then he would lose his nanny and bang maid. Either take control of the situation or leave. Your actions change this. He won't change. The closest thing to change you'll get is he'll get used to you ignoring his tantrums and threats and therefore stop and accept that you're the boss now. He's not going to magically become a good dad or partner. Once again, you either become a domineering steamroller of a partner or leave. Your call. He is 20 years your elder, and you hooked up when you were 23, and your fantasy is being a permanent part of this family. Face with rolling eyes. Too much unpack on Reddit, but Lord, find a more age-appropriate partner who has your goal in mind. This situation is not going to change. Girl. This is why you don't date someone old enough to be your father. As another poster said, no one his own age would put up with this crap for a second. You are just his live-in unpaid help that he also has sex with. Is this what you want to sign up for? Sounds like a crappy life to live. You're 25, you have so much time to find what you trut deserve, and it isn't this. I mean, let's be honest, sounds like a big reason you're still with him is because of the financial security. The choice is up to you. Is the money worth it? Get out. Get out, get out, get out. Man, these creative writing posts are something else today. My advice as a fellow 25-year-old woman? Leave him. I mean, what are you doing? You're his bangmaid and nanny. He dates you because you're young, hot, and put up with his shit. He has no respect for you. His child is his responsibility. It's nice that you take on a parenting role, but he has to take the lead. By the way, as the daughter's mother in the picture, I know you want advice on how to talk to him, but again, he doesn't respect you. And I don't think that any amount of talking will fix this. He's using you. This is not a healthy power dynamic. Please at least think about getting a job, any job, breaking up, moving out, and getting independent from him. Build your own life. You have your whole life ahead of you. He's after a free nanny and maid. Clearly does not respect your boundaries and needs. Get out of there and live your life. Finish your studies, find a job and be successful instead of being tied down by an immature middle-aged man that thinks he can control you. Proof of his crap parenting from this post: no set bedtime for his daughter and the fact you seem to be spending more time with her than him. Just speaking from personal experience, my parents were abusive and neglectful and didn't give me a bedtime. Bedtimes are so important to develop healthy cognition, rules and routines. He's a terrible father and a terrible partner, and that's not something you need in your life. I still have sleeping issues today at 22 because I was never given a bedtime. You fantasize about being part of the family, but this is it. You are living it. He doesn't seem to respect your opinion enough when it comes to raising the child now. Why would that ever change? What's worse, as the gets older, the daughter will probably lose respect for you too. Cleaning, cooking, being his 24 hours nanny, that's how he sees the role of wife. I know you probably do love his daughter and can't bear thinking about leaving her, but you are going to have to because he has no respect for you. Sorry to be so harsh, but she isn't yours. You have no obligation to her. Plenty of people put up with unhappy and unhealthy relationships for the children, but again, she isn't your child. Walk away now before it is your child and he continues to treat you with that same lack of respect. I'll tell you, like I've told every other 20 and under year old dating a man far older than them. Do not waste your years on them. He does not respect you. You are his nanny. You are his plaything. You are his doormat. That is all. Leave this disrespectful man. Do better. Date better. These men literally show you who they are from the beginning, but you're too busy feeling flattered from being hit on by an older man that you don't take it in and dodge them. He wanted a housekeeper, nanny and cook. Don't let him baby trap you and get out. This situation will only get worse. He goes out at 10:30 to drink, and when you have a paper due at midnight, and gets furious with you. You love him because why? Do you see that you are just a maid and babysitter and punching bag for him? He is taking advantage of you. Get a job and leave him. It will be easier to finish school. Having a sugar daddy comes with a price. Please leave this relationship. He keeps you around because you are useful, not because he loves you. You deserve someone who loves you, and you will find someone who does. This man is not that person. I strongly suggest you look into dorm living, add it to the bill so you pay after school. I also suggest you stay in the library as much as possible to study. You're both using each other, and if you want to keep it this way, that's on you. You got a package deal. If you want to move on, get a dorm or roommate to rent with.